On July 14, 2019, I woke to the sharp buzz of my phone against the nightstand. Blinking, I picked it up, expecting silly late-night chatter from friends. Instead, my screen was filled with frantic messages. A picture had been shared, and when I tapped it open, my heart dropped. It showed my friend Bianca, and it looked like she wasn't alive. The group chat was exploding with disbelief. Someone said a photo had appeared on Discord, posted by a user claiming Bianca was dead. I couldn't process it. Others rushed to call authorities. One nervous voice on the line told police, "Good morning. I think somebody may have been killed. I saw the image online, and I believe the victim is Bianca Michelle." That single picture spread quickly. At first, many doubted it was real, but it traveled far beyond our circle. Soon the entire community, and then the wider world, knew something terrible had happened. Reporters later asked, "What did you see that morning?" I answered truthfully. I had been scrolling Twitter as usual, checking trending topics. Then I saw Bianca's name everywhere. Details were scarce, but her name linked to disturbing pictures. They were spreading at lightning speed. Confusion ruled. Nobody knew what to believe. Bianca's mother, Kim, later spoke about her daughter's life. She described Bianca as a talented young artist and aspiring model. She explained that Bianca loved the internet. Online, she could become anyone, shaping different sides of herself. She ran multiple Instagram accounts, each crafted for certain friends. One space was private, edgy, and creative. On Discord, she was popular, making connections across communities. For teenagers, pretending or exaggerating was common. Many faked stories for attention. At first, people thought the shocking picture might be staged. But as the image spread beyond Discord to other platforms, the debate grew heated. Was it authentic or just a cruel hoax? Unfortunately, memes soon appeared. Strangers edited Bianca's image into jokes, then sent them directly to her family. To her mother, this was psychological torment. She asked, "How can someone find joy in hurting a grieving family?" Kim recalled her reaction. She ran upstairs, repeating, "It's not her. Can't be. That's not my baby." She clung to denial, hoping it was all a lie. That same morning, in Utica, a well-known road race was underway. As runners crossed the finish line, detectives Brian Corrado and Michael Curley received alarming reports. Nothing had prepared them for a homicide case tied to an image sweeping the internet. Calls poured in nationwide. Some hoped Bianca was only injured, not gone. Others insisted police confirm her safety. Officers wearing body cameras soon arrived at her home to perform a welfare check. Kim remembered that moment vividly. Her younger daughter, Olivia, opened the door. She rushed upstairs saying, "Mom, the police are here. Something's wrong with Bianca." Officers didn't show Kim the photo, but they made it clear they feared Bianca was in danger. Confusion filled the house. The day before, Bianca had gone with friends to a New York City concert. She had been excited, glowing with energy. She texted later, saying she was on her way home. After graduating high school only weeks earlier, she was embracing freedom. Her path to graduation hadn't been simple. At 9, Bianca saw a therapist for separation anxiety. Later, around 13, depression appeared. She withdrew from peers, spending increasing time online. Social media became her refuge. Despite struggles, Bianca shined brightly. Reporters described her as an e-girl, a style mixing edgy fashion, colorful hair, and dark aesthetic. Online, she gained attention quickly, drawing large followings. Her mother shared that at 16, Bianca was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Mood swings and self-image issues weighed on her, yet she remained smart, self-aware, and eager for help. Her grandfather remembered her resilience. After treatment, she seemed to return, glowing again, speaking about college plans. She loved her siblings deeply, painting, drawing, and modeling. Agencies noticed her potential. Compliments boosted her confidence. Still, she kept her edgy online persona. By 17, she had created multiple identities. She also explored darker internet spaces like 4chan, known for misogyny and toxic culture. As Bianca's online presence grew, so did male followers called orbiters. These men hovered around women they admired, seeking attention but rarely forming real relationships. One of these orbiters was Brandon Clark, a 21-year-old rideshare driver Bianca met on Instagram in May 2019. Friends described him as unremarkable, just another awkward figure from online communities. They chatted, met offline, and briefly dated, though Bianca was clear she didn't want a committed relationship. Clark often visited Bianca's home. To her family, he seemed harmless, a nerdy neighbor type. Kim trusted him enough that when Bianca said he'd take her to the concert, she felt comforted. After the tragic morning photo surfaced, friends suspected a hoax. They thought Clark had posted the image as a sick joke. Discord culture often included disturbing pictures for shock value, so skepticism lingered. But soon the situation escalated. Clark himself called 911. His voice was flat as he confessed, "My name is Brandon. The victim is Bianca Michelle Devins." Police quickly confirmed the horrifying truth. The image wasn't fake. Bianca had been murdered by the very person her family thought was safe. The story shocked not only Utica but the entire digital world. For days, conversations centered on how online culture, obsession, and cruelty could combine to destroy a young life. Friends remembered Bianca's kindness, creativity, and humor. Family mourned a daughter, sister, and granddaughter with endless potential. Kim emphasized that Bianca should not be remembered for one tragic act or the cruelty of those who spread her image. Instead, she wanted people to honor Bianca's spirit, her art, and her dreams. The tragedy revealed both the beauty and the danger of life online. Bianca found belonging, creativity, and support in digital spaces, but she also encountered predators, obsession, and exploitation. Her story became a warning of how quickly admiration can turn toxic and how merciless the internet can be after tragedy strikes. On that July morning, a simple phone buzz shattered countless lives. What began as disbelief in a group chat became a global headline. It felt unreal, like my mind had left my body, yet my hands shook uncontrollably. Over and over, I told myself, "She's fine, we'll find her. She just needs help. Everything will be okay." While her family waited, hoping for good news, an urgent call came through emergency lines. 911, what's your name? A dispatcher asked. A male voice replied, "Brandon, the victim is Bianca. I'm going to end my life." Officers already inside Bianca's home heard those words over their radios. Confusion spread instantly. Someone asked, "Is Brandon her boyfriend? Her ex? Apparently, he's suicidal and admits he hurt your daughter." Kim, her mother, couldn't process it. She thought, how could Brandon hurt her? It makes no sense. Investigators quickly shifted their focus toward Clark. By then, he had already posted disturbing pictures of Bianca, including one captioned, "I'm sorry, Bianca." The race against time began. Officers needed to locate him fast. His phone was being pinged, but every minute mattered. Dispatchers tried to keep him talking. "Stay on the line with me," one pleaded. Brandon answered coldly, "No, I'll be dead soon." Before hanging up, he revealed his exact location, a dead-end road not far from Bianca's home. When patrol units arrived, they spotted his vehicle. One officer cautiously approached. "Hey man, what are you doing?" he asked. Brandon sat inside, holding a knife. The officer drew his gun. "Put it down. Where's the girl? Tell me where she is." Instead of surrendering, Clark cut himself, then shockingly snapped a selfie, posting it online with the caption "Ashes to Ashes." Backup swarmed, wrestling him to the ground, eventually disarming and arresting him. Paramedics rushed him toward an ambulance. Nearby, under a tarp beside his car, detectives made a grim discovery. It was Bianca. Detective Corrado later recalled the sinking weight of that moment. Realizing their fears were true, news spread rapidly. Officers hurried to prepare her family, but before they could deliver the notification, the family had already learned. Someone had cruelly sent them the horrifying photo. Inside the kitchen, Olivia, Bianca's younger sister, screamed with unbearable anguish. Kim fell to the floor, crying, "It's not her. It can't be her. Not my baby." Yet deep inside, she knew. Somehow, she steadied herself, whispering, "I must stay strong for my family." This wasn't a mystery about who committed the crime. Clark had confessed. Now investigators had to uncover why. At the crime scene, they noticed everything seemed staged. Messages, items, even music carried meaning. Prosecutors Sarah DeMellier and Michael Nolan led the case. Spray painted near the site were haunting words. "May you never forget me." The phrase puzzled them, so they searched online. It traced back to a Japanese comic series called Oyasumi Punpun, which Clark and Bianca had read. The dark, violent story painted twisted portraits of doomed romance, echoing a distorted Romeo and Juliet fantasy. Investigators wondered if Clark saw himself as a tragic lover trapped in some dramatic ending. Another chilling detail stood out. From a Bluetooth speaker, a song played repeatedly, "Test Drive" by Joji. To piece together what truly happened, investigators dug into their social media. They soon learned Bianca and Brandon weren't alone at the concert that night. A new friend named Alex had joined them. Through Discord messages, Bianca hinted she worried Brandon might feel jealous. When prosecutors questioned Alex, he described the evening openly. He said Brandon seemed irritated by his presence. Later, Bianca texted Alex, admitting, "I think he saw me kiss you." That small moment shifted everything. Investigators debated whether jealousy triggered a crime of passion. Only 10 minutes away, her mother was so close. Bianca had almost escaped the car, but he caught her off guard. "It haunts me," her mom said. "She fought. That's what I admire most. She didn't give up." But the horrifying video wasn't the only clue. Investigators found more disturbing information on Brandon's phone. He had planned the crime long before that night. Authorities discovered a list saved on his device. It wasn't random. It included steps, notes, and a final song. He had searched online about how to choke someone, how to target specific arteries. Clear signs this wasn't spontaneous. He staged everything. It was never about heartbreak. It was about control. Brandon wanted Bianca to himself. She didn't feel the same. He wouldn't accept that. If she didn't choose him, no one could have her. 2 weeks later, the courtroom filled with people wearing pink, her favorite color. Brandon entered wearing orange with a protective vest. "He looked pathetic," someone whispered. He was charged with second-degree murder and claimed he was emotionally disturbed, but no one believed it. "He's just evil," prosecutors said. He wanted to kill. As they prepared for trial, one goal remained: justice. "We must make sure he can never harm anyone again," they said. But online, the horror spread. The photo he shared kept reappearing. Bianca's family was targeted too. They received threats, disturbing images, and cruel messages. It felt like psychological torture. To honor her, the city lit buildings in pink. A candlelight vigil followed. Supporters sang, "Puff the Magic Dragon," a song her grandfather used to sing with her, now passed down to her little sister. Still, the pain continued. Her picture, shared on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, haunted her loved ones. "It broke my heart," her mom said. She would be so embarrassed, so hurt. Later, they drove together. Somewhere on that ride, his thoughts turned violent. He decided if she wouldn't be his, then no one could have her. That next morning, everything exploded. The group chat became chaos. Some didn't believe it. Others were angry. Worst of all, some shared the pictures like they were just images, not pieces of someone's real life. That broke me. Bianca was not content. She wasn't a headline. She was a human being. She was loved. She mattered. But the internet didn't care. It never does. The police filled in details later. What they found on Brandon's phone proved this wasn't a sudden act. He had planned everything, wrote a list, researched ways to hurt her, even chose music for the background. He made sure the world would see what he did. And they did. The images spread. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all full of them. Her family begged for them to be removed. But every time one was taken down, another popped up. Felt endless. People created art, posted clouds, animals, anything soft to try and bury the horror. Supporters flooded hashtags with beauty. But nothing could erase what had already been shared. Bianca's mother, sister, and others close to her became targets, too. They received cruel messages, threats, even the images directly. The pain was constant. Online groups, mostly angry men, praised Brandon. Some called him a hero. They blamed Bianca, called her names, said she deserved it. It was disgusting. These groups believe women like Bianca owe them attention. They get angry when ignored. Some of them even turn violent. Even though Brandon didn't belong to one officially, many from those circles supported him after the murder. That was terrifying. Bianca's death became a warning, a reminder that not every stranger is safe, a sign that online danger can become real-life tragedy. As court approached, her family feared having to watch the video. The thought alone was unbearable. But before the trial began, Brandon confessed. He admitted what he did. That brought little comfort. Time passed. Still, the pain stayed. Some days I think about her laugh. Other days I remember her drawings. She used to leave tiny doodles on scraps, little pieces of herself left behind. But mostly I carry guilt. I wonder if I missed signs, if I could have warned her louder, if anything I did might have changed the ending. Logic says no, but my heart still whispers, what if? Bianca should be remembered for her spirit, not her last moments. For her bold hair, her silly faces, her deep thoughts, her wild ideas. Not for a crime scene. She deserved better. And telling her story now is the only way I know to keep her light alive. If the story moved you, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.